Well, this time around, it's not about money, it's about dick smoking. Let's begin! So as we know, gaming journalists, gaming companies, the professional ones, the legacy companies, GameSpot, IGN, Kotaku, all those sorts of retarded legacy media organizations just love to say that every single game is a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, it's a masterpiece, it's fantastic. You would be a complete retard not to play and check out this particular game, whatever it is. And why do they do this? Dick smoking. That's all it is. It's just pure dick smoking. Now, before we come down to how they became giant pipe smokers, we need to talk about how it all works. Okay, so there's three people in this lovely relationship called gaming media. First, you've got the people that make the games, the developers. You've then, of course, got the players, the consumers, the people that actually buy the games. And then, of course, you've got the gaming journalists. Now, the way it used to be before social media land, you would have the gaming companies would make the games, but they were shit at marketing, they were shit at communications, and the gaming journalists filled in all those gaps. They played the games, gave honest reviews, it was very professional, very credible, very reliable. And the players could, of course, trust these publications, trust these magazines, trust these websites, trust these organizations. However, with the invention of social media and just gaming companies becoming more of an all-in-one, the gaming journalists are a bit unneeded because it is just far easier and far simpler and far faster for the companies to actually just put out all of their own material direct to the player, direct to the potential player. Whether that's Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, websites, newsletters, whatever, you can get so much information, so much quality information direct from the developers that the gaming journalists are a bit unneeded now. Now, of course, these companies, these people who work there, they don't want to give up their cushy jobs, and they have become the literal leeches, the parasites of the gaming community. How do they make money? Well, people click the links, watch the videos, read the articles, and of course, clicks equals ad revenue. More clicks, more money, so on and so forth. However, that has been on the decline for a long time. Even with clickbait, even doing clickbait articles, clickbait videos, you are still out there competing with everybody else in social media land, including people like myself, who can do it far better, far faster, far more reliably, and far more honestly than they ever could. Now, these gaming journalists, these game review companies are doing absolutely all of the algorithmic crap to pull you in. Following the trends, keywords, hashtags, all that sort of optimization, SEO bullshit to get the most amount of views and clicks. However, there are limits because it's just so competitive out there. So they can't exactly make more money, really grow their audiences, grow their communities. Now, there are a limited amount of gamers out there. There's, of course, more people gaming than ever before, and they're doing all of the algorithmic crap. Now, on top of that, one of the key ways to keep people subscribing to your newsletter, going to your website, reading your articles, watching your videos is to never piss them off. So if you essentially give each and every single game a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, you can't really piss off your loyal readers, even if they are completely retarded and value your dogshit opinion. However, if you were to actually give their favorite game a 3 out of 10, their jimmies might get somewhat rustled and they probably won't be returning to your website or your channel. And that's one viewer that you've lost. So to keep everybody happy, to keep everybody smiling, to keep all the suckers hooked, every game is a 9 out of 10 or it's a masterpiece. But hey, I sometimes see them give games like a 2 out of 10, a 3 out of 10. That's pretty harsh, they must be fair, they must be honest. Well, not exactly. A lot of the gaming companies, you have to remember the people who write these articles, who come up with these scores, these reviews, are literally retarded. They're either diversity hires or they're trust fund kids and they are seriously displaced from reality. Whereas gaming journalists of old would have had a genuine opinion, would have had their own views, that is well and truly gone. And the people who write these articles are just simply retarded and do most of their research from all their opinions by what Trends on Twitter. By what? Trends on Reddit. That's right, that's where they source all of their opinions from. It is Reddit. Just find the post in the gaming subs that has the most upvotes and bang, there's your opinion. Because if your view and opinion aligns with that of Reddit, it will more than likely match the rest of social media land, and you can do no wrong. So even if you do end up giving a game a 2 out of 10 and saying that it is bad, it wasn't because of your own view, it was because Reddit told you to. Now remember how I talked there were 3 groups? There were the people who make the games, the people who play the games, and then there were the reviewers. Well again, the players don't really matter. You can tell them whatever dumb bullshit you come up with, it doesn't matter. They don't matter. However, who does matter are the actual game developers. If you don't slobber all over their knobs, there is a high likelihood that you will fall out of favor, which means you won't get advanced copies of games, you won't get free copies of games, you won't get swag bags, you won't get invited to events, and your Instagram will probably look a little bit dry. Yes, all of those gaming launch parties make fantastic photo opportunities for the gram. So whereas you can lie and bullshit and tell your readers or viewers to go fuck themselves, you can't do that to the game developers, because it essentially shuts you out of that whole gaming community, which is why you see a lot of game reviewers writing dick on any sort of upcoming game or any sort of trend. Even if the game is complete dog shit, it is completely obscure, you need to ride those dicks so you can branch out and get more content for the gram, go to more launch parties and get more swag. And the only way you get those things is of course slobbering all over the dicks of the people who make the games. Again, even if those games are completely shit, if they're completely retarded, you still say that they're absolutely fantastic, a 10 out of 10, a masterpiece, or else you don't get to go to the launch party. Then of course there are the influencer games. These are where YouTube personalities, TikTok personalities put out a game. Now instead of them putting out merch, which they're already doing, they decide to put out a game to once again make some more money. Got to get all those dollars that you can, and they get some shitty crappy game made out of China or out of wherever, and the game is absolutely retarded dog shit. Now as a reviewer, you will of course get a copy of this game, say it's a 10 out of 10, say it's a masterpiece, slobber all over the knob of that influencer who funded this game, once again in the hopes of getting invited to launch parties, advanced copies of games, social media shoutouts and the such. You may even get some of the people who value the opinion of this influencer to come and start reading or looking at the shit that you put out. So you may even get more viewers yourself. So there you have it. Gaming journalism, what once used to be a professional, very credible industry profession, is now just a bunch of swarming vultures, a bunch of leeching parasites that are doing everything they can to desperately stay afloat, make more money, as their shitty companies go the way of the dinosaur. Yes, they are polishing all of the silverware on the Titanic, but they have nowhere else to go.